Mail Plussers, welcome back after your weekend, where I hope you managed to enjoy the easing of lockdown. It's 12:15, which means quiz time. With only 5 games left, it's time to give it everything you've got, so ready yourself as we enter the final week of Mail Plus Trivia Live. If you've not played before, I'm Beric Livingstone, and I'll be your host throughout today's proceedings by asking those questions and revealing those answers. In that order, of course. So, final chance to grab a cuppa, because it's not too long now before we embark on this journey towards winning you a split of that £1,000 prize. But first, to make sure everyone's in the know, let's go over the rules. I'll be asking you 10 multiple choice questions from a variety of categories. We really want to put you to the test, so we'll be covering as many bases as we can. As soon as the countdown clock starts, that 10 seconds feels like no time at all, so you'll need to decide on your answer speedily, because if you get all 10 questions correct within the time limit, we will reward you with a well-earned share of that cash pot. The fewer winners we have, the bigger the share. If you come across a question you can't answer and get it wrong, you'll have to give it another go tomorrow. And, as I mentioned, this will be our final week. As the shops start to reopen and we begin to familiarise ourselves with the outside world once again, we'll be drawing this daily show to a close. This week's 5 games will be your final chance to win, and we hope that you make the most of it. Oh, what did I say there? We hope you make the most of it. Yes, we do. Lastly, before you answer any questions today, please be vigilant of your touchscreens. Accidentally tapping the wrong answer will be a frustrating slip-up, so keep in mind, once you've selected your answer, you can't change it. If a tricky question does trip you up, you're always welcome to play until the end, regardless. Even with the money out of the equation, it'll still be an excellent way to pass the time, with a few fun surprises in there too. Right, I hope we've clarified all the rules for everyone, clear as custard. So, there's only one thing left to do, and that's start answering those questions. Question 1. Which birds are known as a gaggle when on the ground and a skein when in the air? Swans, ducks, or geese? Just to mention some of the weird and wonderful collective nouns there are, sometimes a group of bats is called a cauldron. You can have a caravan of camels, and if you're on safari, watch out for a coalition of cheetahs. It's a gaggle of geese. The word gaggle is onomatopoeic, representing the noise they tend to make. It's derived from the Dutch word for cackle. Swiftly on to question 2. Which river runs through the city of Oxford? The Thames, the Severn, or the Avon? Oxford might be home to the slowest race on Earth, because every college at Oxford University owns a tortoise, and every summer the colleges come together to have a tortoise race. Current record, it just took over 4 hours, just over 4 hours to win. Well done, that tortoise. The river that runs through Oxford is the Thames, which starts in Gloucestershire and runs through Swindon, Oxford, and of course London. Not everyone realises how important the Thames is for wildlife. It's home to otters, river voles, European eels, and there's even been a few dolphins spotted in it from time to time. Moving on to question 3. The soundtrack of which film provided John Travolta with 4 top 20 hit singles in 1978? Staying Alive, Grease, or Saturday Night Fever? Now, you may not know this, but before hitting it big, John Travolta didn't even graduate high school. He dropped out at the ripe old age of 17 to pursue a career in acting, and I guess he's doing okay. He might have earned himself an Oscar nomination with his role in Saturday Night Fever, but it was Grease that gained him 4 top 20 hit singles. You're the One That I Want, Summer Nights, Sandy, and Grease Lightning. Not bad for a high school dropout. We are already 3 questions down, and we still have 3,970 players in the game. Excellent start, but the questions do start to get a little harder now, so hold your nerve. Here's question 4. Whiskey in Gaelic reads Ushkaba, which means what? Malted grain, distilled twice, or water of life? According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the oldest whiskey in the world is believed to be a bottle of Glenarvan special liqueur whiskey. The exact date of the bottle is uncertain, but with the closing of the Glenarvan distillery in the 1850s, it's estimated to be between 160 and 170 years old. Ushkaba means water of life, which was the name given by Irish monks of the early Middle Ages to distilled alcohol. And it's not the only liquor that means water either. Vodka is translated as little water in Slavic. Well done, and 97% of you getting that one right. You know your whiskey and you like a drink. We shall move on to question 5. Which of these is not a famous Dutch artist? Jan Bruegel the Younger, Pieter Bruegel the Elder, or Hans Bruegel the Elder? Did you know the Dutch are the reason carrots are orange? Yes, they used to be either pale yellow or purple in colour, but orange is the national colour of the Netherlands, and the orange carrot was grown for political reasons as a tribute to William of Orange, who led the struggle for Dutch independence. Some game-changing Dutch artists you will know include the likes of Rembrandt, Vermeer. Hans Bruegel the Elder, however, didn't exist. Pieter Bruegel was the Renaissance painter who's known for his paintings of landscapes and peasant workers, sometimes even being referred to as Peasant Bruegel. Jan Bruegel, Pieter's son, demonstrated a broader range of subject matter in work that included history paintings, still lifes, mythological subjects, seascapes, and battle scenes. Which brings us to the halfway point, and it's time to start naming and faming those of you who are still with us. Who do we have today? Susanta 1, Mimi 2, we've got Pambly, we've got Yow What's Poppin'. Well, hello to all of you, and you started on great form. Keep it up, I'm rooting for you. Here's question 6. Pi is an example of what? A rational number, an irrational number, or a prime number? We have so far calculated pi to 6.4 billion digits, and it would take a person approximately 133 years to recite all of them without stopping. The closest anyone's got is the world record holder, Lu Chao of China, who recited over 67,000 digits of pi, and it took her a full 24 hours. Pi is an irrational number, and it's what you get when you divide the circumference of a circle by its diameter. It's also known as an infinite decimal, but infinite pi isn't quite as delicious as it sounds in this case. Moving on, question 7. Whose signature phrase was, "You might think that, I couldn't possibly comment"? Sir Humphrey Appleby, Francis Urquhart, or Malcolm Tucker? These are 3 characters from 3 British political television shows: Yes Minister, the original House of Cards, and The Thick of It. Each show is multi-BAFTA winning, but only one of them had a character who was known for those words. "You might think that, I couldn't possibly comment" is the signature phrase of the politician Francis Urquhart, played by Ian Richardson in the 1990 television thriller House of Cards, which was remade for Netflix starring Kevin Spacey. The phrase became so well known it has been parodied in The Thick of It as well as in the real-life House of Commons on occasion. Well, 95% of you knew that, 1,573 of you. Well done, 3 to go. Question 8. It's not awful is an example of which of these rhetorical devices? Zeugma, metonymy, or litotes? There are plenty of colloquial phrases that employ this device, such as "he's no spring chicken," "it's no walk in the park," or "winning male plus trivia live is no mean feat." The answer here is litotes, which loosely translates as an ironic understatement. A zeugma is one word referring to 2 different things, like "he fished for trout" and compliments, and metonymy is where one word stands in for an object or concept, like pen, really meaning the written word. Now, that was a tricky one, a male plus mind bomb, if you will, because just 21% of you got that one right. 329 players still in the game. We've still got Susanta 1, we've got Alex 157, Denise BB. Well, you're still in it to win it. Let's head now to the penultimate round with question 9. Which of these would not normally be worn on the head? Calotte, putty, or topi? Yeah, the key word here is normally. Abnormally, almost anything could be worn on the head. And in the words of Billy Connolly, never trust a man who, when left alone in a room with a tea cozy, doesn't try it on. Now, the answer we're looking for is a putty, which wouldn't normally be worn on the head. It's a leather legging worn around a soldier's leg as part of the British Indian military uniform to protect from harsh weather conditions, or as a form of leg support for long treks. One final question now, so dig deep for that answer. There are 140 of you remaining, so let's have your best efforts. I'll see you on the other side to announce the winners. Question 10. How many sets of 3 letters in alphabetical order in a row are there on a QWERTY keyboard? 2, 3, or 4? That's the final question, and suitably so. It's a real toughie. You need either a fast brain or a very fast pair of eyes if you were to check your closest keyboard. The answer is 2. They are F, G, H and J, K, L. The QWERTY keyboard was invented in 1867 by Christopher Sholes, who had originally set the letters out on his typewriter in 2 rows. One theory suggests that because the typewriter arms kept getting jammed, remember those days, he spread the characters out over 4 rows and then arranged the keys with the most common letters in harder to reach spots to slow typists down and try to avoid the machines getting stuck. Well done everyone. What a great way to jumpstart your minds for the week ahead. And we have 55 winners who did not get stuck by today's quiz. Congratulations to Natasha D, to Trash Panda, to Barbara65, to Trivia Emperor, yes, proving your regal nature there, and to everyone who smashed 10 questions in a row today. You should be very, very proud of yourselves. Not easy to do. That is 1 game down and 4 more to go. If your friends, family or work colleagues want to give it a shot, now's your chance to tell them. It has been so much fun bringing these shows to you every afternoon, and the last couple of months have seen over 35,000 of you registering to play. More than 2,000 of you have walked away with a share of the cash too. That is all for today. Let's see if this week you can get into the Winners Hall of Fame. Nobody's won 5 games in a row yet. Can you do it? Till tomorrow, enjoy your afternoon and goodbye for now.